Okay, so I'm back at floor 30. It's actually proving out to be quite difficult because it's just a replicate of, floor 25, except much harder because, the boss deals more damage. But we're going to retry the same tactic as earlier. And I think I also used the same formation for floor 25. I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember. But the idea here is I'm going to use Remy to target this specific tile, which will kill these three mobs, hopefully, as long as, Remy does enough damage. She's not well geared, but, hopefully she crits or something. And to gain Fury, we're just going to use DQK and Michael to use normal attacks, which will clear Column, this egg, and also generate some Fury. So, yep. And now we're going to target this tile. And hopefully she clears most of the mobs, if not all of them. Okay, that's kind of close. Not as great as I would like it to be, but I'm going to stun this guy here because he's immune anyway, or she is immune to damage anyway, so I might as well just stun it, prevent any more awkward silences from going on. Again, I'm being lazy. I should have, and I think Remy might actually die here, I'm not sure. But I'm being really lazy here. Not applying the cleanse to Zhao, which is really bad of me. I should have done that. And this might actually prove to be a bit of a problem because the mobs here spawned and I can't target them without destroying one of the eggs. In cases like that, just restart. I feel like the mobs spawn in a specific pattern, but I can't say for sure because sometimes they spawn just like randomly. So, I mean, there are only certain number of combinations, and there are certain combinations that work well for this setup. So I guess just retry until that happens. It's just Nexon throwing more RNG at this RNG riddled game. So, and speaking of which, DQK does not proc her skill. Fantastic. But consistency is always a problem with just this game in general, Anyways, let's see if this run goes a bit better and if they actually spawn in a favorable position. Again, with the no proc. Irritating. It's gonna drag on the length of this video for sure. Okay, let's see. Will she proc or will she miss again? There we go. Alright, so there's one left, which is pretty decent. We can't stun it though because it would involve breaking that egg. And again, I'm being lazy. Did not move Remy back. Don't be like me. I might have just ruined this run. I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely possible. I could have just completely messed up this run. And they spawned in a pretty good position too. I don't know. I should probably just have Remy start off in the center, to be honest, because I keep forgetting. Now, if Zhao breaks an egg, okay, it doesn't break an egg, but regardless, lazy. Don't be lazy like me. Okay, so there's one more here. I'm gonna take care of it next turn, or I'll probably just have Ella stun it this turn and then deal with it later. I think we just got crit because Michael already lost his Phoenix skill, so again, unfortunate. I think earlier when I tried it, I was actually able to last a turn 3, I think, without losing Phoenix, which is really, really good. But based on how the boss just crits randomly, it's just more and more RNG. All these factors, the probability of actually getting a successful run is fairly minimal. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Target that. Stun that. after a certain number of retries, this all just becomes not muscle memory, but just like you memorize the pattern. Again, they spawn in an unfavorable position. It's gonna be difficult hitting that specific one. But at least this time they didn't crit Michael, which is good. And I think DQK procced heal, which is why it just, you know, Ella's HP just went through the roof. Yeah, so I'm gonna move Remy back again. Don't be lazy, like me. Hopefully this clears up the rest of the mobs there. Boss invincibility wears off, no longer invulnerable, and I can start hitting it. I could just stun it here because Ella doesn't deal that much damage anyway, so it's not really useful. And actually, yeah, I forgot to mention, on turn 2, the mobs that spawn are not immune to physical damage. I also forget that sometimes, it's just hard to remember. But we're going to employ the same tactic. So, looks like Michael may or may not die the next turn. But the idea here is that if Michael loses his Phoenix skill, we're going to SOS in someone else that also has the Phoenix skill. And what that means is, I think I have enough Fury to use Remy's skill, so I might as well use it. But what that means is that I can then SOS Michael back, and hopefully it'll take care of the last HP bar. Okay, and at this point I'm just going to need as much damage as possible, because I have no idea if I will be able to clear off the boss within that few turns. It all depends on whether Michael will probably survive the next one, which means I get another hit in, and then I'll SOS in my Phoenix guy. Yeah, so I'm gonna SOS in my Phoenix guy. Unfortunately, I already used King Pharaohs. I would have liked to use him because he also provides crit and attack down instead of Treant. Treant's not that great of the Phoenix guy. And to be honest, it really doesn't matter where I place him because this Bath thing hits in a 3x3. So, yeah, doesn't matter too much. But next turn, I think this should be done. Actually, we could have just killed it this turn, I feel like. But you know what? I'm going to play it safe. Don't want to overextend. I don't know if Ella can actually deal that much damage because Ella has no attack up. So, it's pretty much impossible to tell. But because Michael and DQK are the last ones to survive, or die rather, it does mean that I will be able to resurrect. So as long as this tree ant does not hit the egg, let me just target that. Okay, so gotta be kind of quick with that one, because if tree ant hit one of the eggs, it would have been over. But floor 30 is complete. I would say that I think at this point you probably need Remy and TQK for sure. At least for the 20s floor, you definitely need them because it's not like the previous floor, the 18s floor, the teens floor, where you can just, you know, bring in an assist and they just hit anywhere they want. Because the eggs cannot be broken, it does cause a lot of trouble. So that's pretty much it for floor 30. The key points: turn 2, the mobs are not immune to physical damage, so you can just throw anything at them. You definitely want to cleanse everyone to make sure that they don't get charmed and just accidentally destroy an egg. That happened a lot of times earlier before this run. And we also employ the same tactic as floor 25, which is pretty much bringing in a Phoenix hero and then SOSing the last surviving heroes. This only works if the last surviving heroes are your main damage dealers, but typically if you gear them well enough, they usually will survive. And for me, those two are melee heroes, which means they have pretty decent tanking abilities, so it also helps. I don't know if the same would happen with someone like, you know, Gabe, or who else is a damage dealer, Indra, or any of the other popular season 2, or not season 2, but the like second era mythic season heroes. But give it a shot. And yeah, so I'll probably see you guys on floor 31, and I'm gonna take a break from Abyssal Inferno because it's just been bugging me for a really long time. I know there's only 9 more floors until you get to the Arc, but those 9 floors are extremely hard, and I think I mentioned it earlier, I'm not sure, but it does grow exponentially in difficulty. And some of these rewards are pretty nice though. Demigod Essence is not too useful. And yeah, so I'll see you guys on floor 31. Peace.